This is a complex question. In my humble opinion, the first thing a human being needs is a sense of who they are, where they are, what life is about, where life is taking them, and what their function is in this world. This is the basics, and this is what quote-unquote religion once upon a time used to offer. I think we can all agree, for the most part, religion is just stories, but technically that's what it represented. Nowadays, men don't have that, women don't have that, people don't have that. So they have no sense of who they are, what life is about. If you don't know what life is about, then how do you regulate your behavior? Do you understand? If life is about nothing, then you're free to do whatever you want. If you so happen to one day discover that life is about going from point A to point B, then are you going to just do random things, or are you going to start going towards point B? So I don't buy into external dogmas that I incorporate and behave and repeat. I don't do that. This is religious. I don't do that stuff. But there is a purpose to life. You may not know it. You should know it. And as a man, if you don't know it, then your life is aimless. All you're doing is surviving. That's all you do. And that's not what life is about. At one level, at a basic level, that's kind of what it is, but that's not what life is about. There's a higher potential, which is what all the saintly people or the wise men of old have said. There is more to life than surviving like an animal. So men, they don't know this. So how do you reclaim this connection with yourself, which gives you a sense of who you are? It removes all the filth and it helps you reestablish a connection with something greater. That means life, the cosmos, if you'd like to call it like this, and makes it very clear who you are, where you fit, and what your function is. Not from your mind, not theoretically, but your nervous system is turned online, so that's what it does. Technically, it's already doing this. It's just that the stuff in a way, so it doesn't behave properly. So you remove the shit and it just starts to do that. And originally, this is what yoga is really about. Unfortunately, as you all know, yoga has become this meme of silly white women, for the most part, with one Indian looking and one brown looking one, who are doing these silly postures in some kind of retreat in Costa Rica, eating some papaya smoothie. Now, I ain't got nothing against that. This is business. Everybody got to do what they got to do. But this ain't got nothing to do with yoga. Okay? Yoga is like, I don't want to say it's like Jedi training, because then you think it's Star Wars and this is fucking rubbish. It's another bunch of cartoon characters there to make you dumb and think that this is spiritual. It's not. So the real science of yoga is the science of unification. It's the science of knowledge of self, if we can say it like this. We want to unhamper the nervous system so that it can reclaim its appropriate tuning, without which you're just a moron. It's like you have a GPS that isn't connected to the grid. It's like you have a compass that doesn't point to the north. What the fuck is this? Where do I go? Anything goes. The north is there sometime, the north is there sometime, the north is there sometime. And if you're a little intelligent, you realize you live in society, and if you don't have money, then you fuck, so the north becomes make money, which is based on technically greed, which is not the end all and be all of existence. So if these questions I'm asking to it, you don't have an answer, it's not that this is spiritual or existential. It means there's an issue, there's something shot in the nervous system, because these questions are fundamental. They're so fundamental to life that without a knowing of this, life has no meaning and no purpose, which is, well, that's what some people believe, life has no meaning or purpose. Well, of course it has a meaning and purpose. You have to re-find it. And it's not from here that you find it. It's by connecting to the current of life itself that then dictates and tells you, by guiding you, literally, it's moving you like a wave moves a surfer in the true direction. Now that sounds funny for people, but this is what yoga has always been about. And I almost feel bad to use the word yoga, because it's like almost shameful, because it's associated to such things that I don't personally want to be associated in any way, shape, or form. Yet this is the name of what it is. It has always been called like this. That's the name of the technology to reclaim your birthright and to tune your nervous system to the current of life, so that your life can be directed internally, in the proper direction, and so you can slowly but surely harmonize your actions with your destiny, dare I say. And that you see where this fits in the big picture. Like, not picture of like 50, 80, 90 years. I'm talking about 80, 90 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 100,000 years, and more. So when you tune your nervous system, you start to have access to this cosmic data, which is not really cosmic, but well, it's totally cosmic. I'm trying to say it's not, yeah, it sounds fantastic. It is, what can I tell you? It's fucking fantastic, but not really. And then it starts to like reveal itself to you, like, oh, okay, I understand. Or in fact, I understand. Ah. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to go from here to there, and this serves this agenda, and that agenda serves that agenda, and that agenda serves that agenda. So I see my part, which is infinitesimal in the big picture, but is absolutely 100% necessary, and at the same time totally unimportant, which is a paradox that the mind cannot grasp. I was the guy smoking weed and jacking off on fucking porn. I know exactly what you're feeling and what you're living. I know exactly what it is. That's nothing. You're not doomed because you have developed this habit, because your lifestyle is so constricted that you need an outlet. You're not doomed. But there's got to be something more to life than this. And if there's an itch in you, you can experience it as some kind of existential query, it's on you to now go out and find the answers. You need to go on a journey. You don't have a choice. You need to go on a journey because you don't have the answers. But if you feel an itch, like there's got to be something more to it than that. And that's kind of like what the weed kind of gives you. Most people get dumb on weed. But if you have a little bit of, a little more in you, the weed kind of for a moment opens a vista of possibilities where you think about such things, at least a little bit. And it's like trying to point towards something. It's like, there's got to be more to life than that. Yeah, then you got to go on a journey and find those answers. And you're not going to do that while being half-baked at home and jacking off. So like I told you, stop the weed. Get the weed out of your system. Go get some activated charcoal and cleanse that shit out. This is basic cleansing 101. Activated charcoal, take that 2-3 times a day. 1 teaspoon in water. Drink that shit. You're going to shit black. It's going to help take the weed out of your system. You do that for about a week. This is not medical advice, of course, nor financial advice, because I'm a nobody. You see what anyways. And see what happens when your mind sobers up. You can't just systematically be numb. You'll never, ever, ever have the impetus to do anything if you're always numb.